Imagine, if you will, a child born on Christmas Day destined to become one of the most influential storytellers of his time. This is the tale of Rodman Edward Serling, born on a snowy December Christmas Day in Syracuse, New York, in the year 1924 to a loving Jewish family, a boy whose life was as much a story as any he would later tell. The Serling family later moved to Binghamton, New York, a place that would shape young Rod's future. It was here, amidst the hustle and bustle of this vibrant city, that he found his calling. Not as an actor, but as a storyteller. He honed his skills, captivating friends and family with his tales, each one more intriguing than the last. His childhood was filled with laughter and performance, and his passion for storytelling became apparent. Little did he know, his future was not on the stage, but in the realm of the small screen. The stage of his youth was replaced by the battlefield when Serling enlisted in the U.S. Army during World War II. His world was transformed from the tranquil landscapes of Binghamton, New York, to the tumultuous terrains of a globe at war. Assigned to the 511th Parachute Infantry Regiment, he found himself in the thick of conflict, facing the stark realities of human nature. As a soldier, he saw the world not as it should be, but as it was, raw, brutal, and unforgiving. His experiences were far from the romanticized tales of heroism and valor. Instead, he was thrust into the heart of the Pacific theater, landing in the Philippines amidst the chaos and confusion of war. His tales from this time were not of glory, but of survival, of witnessing the fragility of life amidst the relentless onslaught of destruction. These experiences would later become the bedrock of his storytelling, shaping his narratives and breathing life into his characters. On the battlefield, Serling faced the harsh realities of war, the kind that leaves a lasting impression on the soul. His time in the Philippines was a crucible of change, shaping his perspectives and influencing his writing and political views. He saw firsthand the consequences of power and the devastating effects of conflict, themes he would later explore in depth in his works. Returning home with 2 wounds, Serling carried more than just physical scars from the war. He bore the invisible weight of experiences that would forever shape his life, his work, and his worldview. His battlefield was now the blank page, his weapon of choice, the pen. But his war was far from over. It had merely shifted from the physical to the philosophical, from the tangible to the cerebral, and with each stroke of his pen, he would continue to fight, to challenge, and to question. Post-war America was a fertile ground for Serling's blossoming career as a screenwriter. As the country began to heal and rebuild, so too did the vibrant world of entertainment. Television, a relatively new medium, was starting to gain traction, and Serling saw this as an opportunity to tell stories in a new and exciting way. Serling was a natural storyteller, and his transition into live television dramas during the 1950s was as seamless as it was successful. He crafted narratives that were both compelling and thought-provoking, holding a mirror up to the society of the time. His stories were more than just entertainment. They were social commentaries, reflections of the world as he saw it. But it was his creation of the anthology series, The Twilight Zone, that truly marked his rise as a screenwriter. The Twilight Zone was unlike anything seen on television before. It blurred the lines between reality and fantasy, between what we know and what we fear. It was a series that dared to question, to provoke, and to challenge. Each episode was a standalone story, a mini-movie in its own right, from tales of time travel and alien invasions to societal critiques and philosophical musings. Serling used the show as a platform to explore a myriad of themes and ideas. The Twilight Zone was a testament to his creativity and his audacity. It was a series that pushed boundaries, that dared to be different, and Serling was at the helm of it all. He was more than just the creator, he was the heart and soul of the Twilight Zone. He wrote the majority of the episodes, he was the on-screen host, and he was the driving force behind its success. Serling was not just a screenwriter, but a visionary, pushing boundaries and challenging norms. He used his words to paint pictures, to tell stories, and to make us think. His work was a reflection of the times, a commentary on society, and a glimpse into the depths of the human condition. In the realm of television, Serling was a trailblazer, a master of his craft, and a legend in his own right. Serling's passion extended beyond the script. He was also a force in politics and a pioneer in television industry standards. This multifaceted man was not just a master of the pen, but also a formidable presence in the world of politics. Serling was a staunch advocate for fairness and equality, using his platform to voice his political views. He was a man who believed in the power of communication, and he used his influence to shape the political landscape in ways that still resonate today. In addition to his political involvement, Serling was instrumental in forming television industry standards. He recognized early on the potential of television as a powerful medium for storytelling and was determined to ensure that it was used responsibly. He actively pushed for the establishment of rules and regulations that would guide the burgeoning industry. Serling was a visionary, foreseeing the impact television could have on society. He worked tirelessly to ensure that this new medium would be a force for good, promoting understanding and empathy through its stories. His efforts resulted in the creation of standards that have shaped the television industry as we know it. But it wasn't just about setting rules. Serling was a pioneer who believed in the potential of television to educate, inform, and inspire. He saw television as a tool for promoting social change and used his influence to ensure that it was used to its fullest potential. His efforts extended to the protection of creative freedom. Serling was a staunch advocate for the rights of writers and creators, fighting against censorship and advocating for the freedom to tell stories that mattered. He was a champion of the creative spirit, believing in the power of stories to open minds and spark conversations. Serling was not just shaping stories but also the very industry that broadcasted them. He was a man who understood the power of the medium he worked in, and he used that understanding to shape it. His legacy as a politician and pioneer is as enduring as the stories he told, a testament to his passion, vision, and commitment to change. Serling's influence on television and storytelling continues to reverberate even today. As the architect of the Twilight Zone, he blended fantasy, science fiction, and a keen sense of social commentary to create stories that were entertaining and thought-provoking. His innovative approach to storytelling transcended the boundaries of the medium, helping to elevate television from its early reputation as a vast wasteland to a powerful platform for exploring complex themes and ideas. Serling was a master of the unexpected twist, a narrative device that keeps audiences on the edge of their seats and has since become a hallmark of successful television dramas. His stories were often morality tales, using the extraordinary to shed light on the ordinary, the unseen to reveal the seen, and the future to comment on the present. Beyond the Twilight Zone, Serling's influence is seen in the work of numerous screenwriters and directors who followed in his footsteps. His fearless exploration of controversial topics set a precedent for future generations, proving that television could be a vehicle for meaningful dialogue and societal change. He was not only a gifted writer but also an advocate for creative freedom. Serling's commitment to maintaining artistic control over his work was revolutionary at the time and continues to inspire creators to push against the constraints of commercial television. Serling's unique storytelling style has influenced literature, cinema, and even the world of video games. His tales of the strange and unexpected continue to captivate new generations of audiences, proving that good stories well told are timeless. In the pantheon of great storytellers, Rod Serling occupies a place of honor. On May 3, 1975, Rod Serling suffered a heart attack. He spent 2 weeks at Tompkins County Community Hospital before being released. A second heart attack 2 weeks later forced doctors to agree that open-heart surgery, though considered risky at the time, was required. The 10-hour-long procedure was performed on June 26, but Serling suffered a third heart attack on the operating table and died 2 days later at Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester, New York. He was 50 years old. Serling's vision, creativity, and courage have left an indelible mark on the landscape of television and beyond. The echoes of his work continue to inspire and challenge us, reminding us of the power of stories to illuminate, provoke, and ultimately to connect us all. From a child performer to a war veteran, a screenwriter to a politician, Rod Serling's journey is a testament to the power of storytelling. Born on a Christmas day in Syracuse, New York, Serling's life was as diverse as the anthology series he created. His early years in Binghamton, New York, fostered his talents, and his time in the Army during World War II shaped his writing and political views. His experiences on the battlefield in the Philippines seeped into his narratives, creating a poignant backdrop for his tales. As a screenwriter, he etched his name into the annals of television history with his live dramas and his iconic series, The Twilight Zone. But his influence didn't stop at the screen. Active in politics, he helped shape television industry standards, leaving an enduring legacy. His life was filled with stories, and he in turn filled our lives with stories that question, provoke, and inspire. And with that, We conclude this entry into the Pantheon. Thank you for watching.